Hello everyone, hello from Brazil and welcome back to another Michael Chekhov Studio London Q&A session. Today we have again a very interesting question and it comes from India. We're getting a lot of questions from India and we find that that's really exciting. By the way, thank you so much for keep subscribing to our channel, for following us on Instagram. We're also uploading these videos on Instagram. On Facebook, we've got Michael Chekhov Studio London online, where we're uploading all of these videos as well. So thank you so much for your support, for your questions. We're so thrilled to be doing this. So now I'm going to go to the question that it's coming from India. I'll read it for you. Hi, I hope you're doing great. I'm doing great, I'm in Brazil. My question for Q&A session is, what exactly is sense of form? And how should one practice it? I find the other three brothers easy to comprehend, but this one really difficult to understand. Can you please simplify this from application point of view? Okay, so for those who don't know what I'm talking about, put this away. Michael Chekhov talked about the four brothers of art. Everything that is considered artistic must have these four brothers. Some people call this beef because it's the sense of beauty, the sense of ease, the sense of entirety, of wholeness, and the sense of form. So I'm going to focus on the sense of form because that's a question for today, but all of them are really interesting to look at. So what the sense of form really means is that everything that is artistic must have a beginning, a climax, and an end. Think about a movie. There is a beginning, there is an introduction, and that introduction is setting everything that is going to happen, is a setup. Then there is a climax, something happens and goes to the climax. So now the audience wants to know, how is this going to end? What's the closure? What's going to be, is going to happen, is one thing or another, yeah? And then that comes, which is the end, yeah? The resolution. That's also in any monologue that you're doing. You've got a beginning, a climax, and an end. In any play that you're doing, in any poem that you may be reading, any novel, any book, any painting has a beginning, a climax, and an end. So something is established, something is introduced, then it's taken to its climax, so we engage with it, we want to know what's going to happen, and then whatever it is happens or doesn't happen, and that's the end. How can you use this from an acting point of view and a practical point of view? Well, everything that you do on set, on stage, must have this. So when you're doing a monologue, you gotta have in mind, you gotta keep in mind these three elements: the beginning, the climax, and an end. When you're using gesture, Chekhov works out with gesture, every gesture must have a beginning, a climax, and an end. Otherwise, the gesture doesn't have a form, and without form it's very difficult that the gesture has meaning, and the whole reason why we use gesture is to tap into meaning, into the essence of something. As I said in a previous video, gesture is the physical manifestation of meaning. It's meaning in physical movement, yeah? So the gesture of throwing must have the beginning, the preparation for me to throw something, which is normally the most interesting point of the whole process, because it's where the whole tension is. If you look at Greek sculpture, this one with the discus, the sculptor didn't pick the moment when the discus has been thrown already. It's when the athlete is about to throw the discus, that's the most interesting moment. Okay, that's actually between the beginning and the climax, you see. So the beginning is the preparation, then the climax is about to throw it, and then boom, the discus is thrown and it lands a few meters away. Okay, so if you want to work with gesture and you want to use one of the 6 archetypical gestures, which one is throwing, you need the beginning, the climax, and the end. Otherwise, your throwing wouldn't have a sense of form, and it's not going to really help you to tap into this meaning, this essence. Another way of putting this into practice is when you're doing actions on stage or in front of the camera, every action that you do needs to be very clean, very clear for the audience. That's why the sense of form is important. For example, if you've got a notebook and the director has told you to pick it up, open it, read something, and then put it away. Yeah? So that's the beginning is I pick it up. So I need to inhabit all three moments. Don't rush it. Give it form and its time. But it's time in movement. So I'm looking at the notebook and I'm really inhabiting this moment, because from being present here in the look in the notebook, a lot of what I call action fuel, inspired information will come, and it'll tell you how to do the next move. So I look at the notebook, I pick it up, so that's the climax. Yeah, I look, beginning, I pick it up, climax, and then I open it, end. Now there is another action. I read what's inside, I put it away, climax, I close it, end. So if I take my time, I pick it up, I open it, I look, I read, I close, I put it away. I inhabit those three moments, and that sense of form will make my message to the audience be clear, and also will allow me not to rush it and to inhabit each single moment and receive from that action all the details. I know I have to do these three actions. I let inspiration figure out the details, the principles actually. Yeah? Okay, well, I hope this helps. I want to mention your name because it's here. I didn't mention it. It's Pratik from India. So I hope that helps. And everyone else, please keep sending your questions down. So we're very happy to answer them. To the email address that it's below me. Yeah, it's coming now. And yeah, best regards from Brazil. Bye-bye. Which some people call beef, because it's the sense of beauty, the sense of ease, the sense of beauty, sense of ease, sense of entirety of whole. Vale. Some people call this beef.